Greetings, Internet Drinking Buddies. My name is Link, the show's name is Tubbin and Chuggin, and on this episode, I'll be imbibing Denki Bran. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. Now, we'll be continuing my deep dive into difficult to find liquors that my friends have brought me from overseas by taking a look at this Japanese take on a brandy slash vermouth kind of deal. Anyways, it's called Denki Bran. Let's take a closer look. Let's start by taking a look at the name of this guy, Denki Bran. Now, in Japanese, Denki means electric or electricity, something of that nature. And if you take a look at when this was first introduced at 1882, Japan was just exiting its Sakaku period, its isolated period. You know, the United States just opened it up, and electricity was this new exciting thing that was coming from the West and overseas. And so a lot of people, businesses trying to capitalize on that would put Denki at the front of it. You know, it's an electric thing. It reminds me of the prefacing everything with an I in the early 2000s. You know, the iPod, and the iPad, and the iPhone, and all that kind of thing. And all these other companies just putting I in front of their name. So that's where that comes from. And then the brand, obviously brandy is what they were kind of riffing on. It was called Denki Brandy at one point, now it's just Denki Bran. That's where we're at. Now, as I mentioned, this product was first available in 1882, but the 30% version that we have here today was first introduced in 1958. They do also have a 40% available. I say available, but good luck finding this thing outside of Japan, or even really outside of the Kamiya Bar in Asakusa, where it was invented. The recipe is obviously a secret, but it's been generally surmised as a brandy-focused drink with elements of gin and sort of variety of herbs to kind of round it all out. I saw a good comparison to Jägermeister, which is a decent comparison, I think, given the combination of flavors combining to an overall unique product. Price-wise, if you're at the bar in Kamiya, the Kamiya Bar, it goes for $2 a pour, and you can also buy a bottle of it for 900 yen, which is about $9. Outside of those areas, who knows what kind of markup you're going to pay on it. I don't think it's really possible to get it outside of there. Now, personally, I've never had this thing. I was actually kind of wondering how it ended up in my bar. It turns out roommate Aubrey, who's been on the show before, brought it back from one of his trips to Japan. So excited to try this product. So for the shot glass, I'm going to be using this Sakura or cherry blossom styled shot glass, as it just feels like it fits so well. And naturally, we need a toast. I cannot think of any other toast for any Japanese product other than kanpai. Odd. Okay. This tastes to me a lot more like a vermouth. Now, I said, I think in the intro, this was like a brandy vermouth thing, in that a lot of the information I got on it was from a traveler's guide, a history of Denki Bran, and it was saying like, oh, we're like a brandy, but some people think it tastes like vermouth. Other people think it has like gin elements in it. Not really getting gin. But I am getting that smooth nature of vermouth in a smooth and like a syrupy kind of sense, you know, a little bit thicker than you might expect. It's very pleasant. It's very, the word unoffensive comes to mind in my meaning that it's not trying to be anything in particular. Maybe a camel is a better description. You know, a camel is a horse designed by a committee, right? This isn't brandy, it's not vermouth, it's not gin. It doesn't really know what it is. And as a result, it's 30%. But also as a result, it's really good. maybe not really good, maybe exceptionally drinkable to the point of having a nice little herb kick. You know, it doesn't really linger in the throat, stays on the tongue a little bit, but not in a painful way, not in a piercing alcoholic way, just in a syrupy way, you know, a thickness of trying to, you put too much maple syrup on your pancakes, right? It's coming down a little bit thick. It's not bad. It doesn't taste like maple syrup, it just tastes thick. Yeah. So if you can get this for $9 a fifth, this is a really good deal. It's only 30% obviously, but still, that's whatever the math is, I can't do it in my head, on drinks per dollar, but man, it's got an addictive nature to it. If you've ever had like a potato chip and you're like, well, it's not exceptional, but I do want another one, you know? It wants you, it brings you in for more. One of the things I was reading about the name Electric Bran was that it's supposed to create this like tingling on your tongue. I don't know where they were going with that. It doesn't really stay on your tongue at all, except in like in that thickness kind of way. It's not really tingling at all, but yeah, this is a sipper for sure. We're gonna down the rest of this here. Pops a little bit more. Get a little bit more of a tingle that way. I don't know. I wouldn't do it that way. I'd sip on that like just a long, kind of prolonged sipping nature. Just a generally good value alcohol that kind of checks no boxes and as a result checks all of them, if that makes sense. This isn't, for me at least, when I think of like a bland alcohol, I think of just like a bland vodka, you know, something that just, it doesn't really do anything and it kind of just tastes like bad water. This isn't water, because it's definitely too syrupy to be water, and it has that, more of that vermouth taste that I'm getting at. As a longtime gin drinker, I really don't taste a lot of the gin elements that they decided to add into it, and as a brandy novice, as I've explained, it doesn't taste like brandy to me at all. So maybe this is like a, you know, choose your own adventure type drink where it's got so many elements that you'll pick out the one that you're least familiar with in a way that will sort of make itself appear to you. I do like this though. I do think this is a fun one to have on hand. This is a bar drink for sure. I would definitely go to the Kamiya Bar in Asakusa to have one of these, just because I think it's a nice product to just be sipping on for a while you're at a bar and chatting up, you know? Or maybe just something to have, you know, while you're watching something, you know, you're just kind of lounging around. You just want to go in for a few sips every now and again. That's what I think this product is geared for. So, you find yourself in the Kamiya Bar in Asakusa, or a random liquor store in Japan that happens to also have it. Give it a go. $2 a pour at the bar, that seems pretty damn good. And again, I mentioned this before, if you have alcohols that you want me to review, let me know. If you have alcohols that are very difficult for me to get a hold of and you want to send them to me, I would also love that. But no matter what, please drink responsibly.